Happy birthday, Jeff. Happy 40th. I love you, and so does pretty much everyone who's met you. And I have interviewed about a ton of people, and I posed these questions to them, and they are submitting some videos to you that you will see. I asked them these questions. How did you meet? How did you and Jeff bond? What's your favorite memory with Jeff? How has he influenced your life, or how have you influenced his life? And is there anything else to share? And the main question that everyone was really excited about was, what song would you like to dedicate to Jeff? So the following are all of the answers from everyone who loves you and adores you and is so proud to be your friend.
Hello Jeff, happy birthday. I loved it when we went to go get 7-Eleven Slurpees. I loved going to your wedding. I also liked it when we went to go get, when we painted rocks, emoji rocks. I think you're very kind. Electric Jeff, do.
Happy 40th. So Shanna sent this out. She sent a list of questions and things I guess people could use to frame their responses. Everything from where we met to how we bonded, favorite memories and all that. Obviously there's a lot. I don't even know where to start. I think, if I count it up, I think we've got about 7 moves together, bouncing around the U.S., pop over to Germany and back. We were roommates for most of those moves. Germany, I think we had own rooms, and then my senior year built the famous cardboard walls in our basement in Maryland. But I've, a lot of history, a lot of moves, a lot of rearranging our furniture in our rooms with our bunk beds, mapping it all out on paper, and then redesigning on a regular basis. Appreciated those times. Obviously had a number of fights when we were younger. It's funny thinking back, I can't remember one reason why we were fighting, but whatever, brother stuff. Lots of bonding along the way to kind of survive some of those moves. Many repetitions of Strange Brew. Top 10 videos on MTV in Germany. Of course, Germany the movie, which I'm glad has disappeared somewhere. Bike rides, car rides, train rides, plane rides. And then even our time in California together after graduation from school. A lot of good times there in San Clemente with foosball table, Sabrina upstairs, dyeing, highlighting hair. Anyway, lots of memories to cover. I think I'm rambling on longer than Shannon wanted to, but music obviously common bond for a long time. I think Violent Femmes may have been your first concert, and we hit that one in DC years ago. I think you've been to 1 or 2 since. U2, James, National, Ani. On back, if I do remember back towards the beginning, you may have started off your collection with a Milli Vanilli cassette. Quality. Probably one of the best memories is our backpacking trip across Europe. Lots of memories there, and too many to go through right on this, but just a good time bonding together, saving film, looking for the perfect picture so we didn't waste the frames that we had. But a lot of good experiences there, from those things to you getting your mission call from a youth hostel halfway across the world. So appreciate you as a brother. You're a great example of optimism, of creativity, of leadership. I think that's natural qualities that you have that I've appreciated in you, and the differences that we have, but the connection we have nevertheless. And I'm grateful for this relationship as we've moved around a lot. And that's kind of been the one constant. I love you. Hope you have a great 40th. The final was Shanna's request to dedicate a song. There's a list as I thought through them. I'm going to have to reach back to thought of Rejoice from U2, good positive outlook. So I'd have to go with Rejoice or maybe stick with Stories for Boys, just to kind of flash back on our lives growing up. I love you. Have a great 40th, and hope to see you before long. Bye.
Happy birthday, Jeff. Okay, the first thing I think of every time I think of Jeff, my mind takes me to 1992. My parents give me permission to go to my first rock concert ever. We get to take the Metro downtown, RFK Stadium. We're going to see a group called U2. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them. We get there, we find our seats. They're up on the side. I think it's great. I've never been to a concert. I don't know any better. But we have two friends down on the floor, and they come and get us one by one and get us all down on the floor, like front row, right up to the stage of U2. We're dancing, we're having the time of our life. Next thing I know, the person I'm standing next to is on stage, walking down the catwalk, holding Bono. It was the most magical experience ever. The great thing about that concert was it ignited my passion for live music. The downside was, I don't know that any concert I've ever been to could quite live up to the first one. So thanks for that, Jeff. A million other memories just flood through my mind with Jeff. I think of the Markoffs, Spratleys, dumpster diving, mouse pads, train tracks, Counting Crows, steak dances, James. Jeff is an incredible friend and is an example to me of how you show up for your friends. And thank you for the many, many years of friendship and adventure, and we wish you the best 40th ever. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Sometimes when you're a man, you wear stuffed animals on your pants. It's for fun. I love you, Jeffrey. Happy birthday, old man.
Jeffy, happy birthday, buddy. Big 4-0. I love you, man. My brother from another mother. You're my best friend. I'm so grateful that we're cousins and we're related. All the years and talks and vacations and get-togethers, I truly am grateful for your friendship. You have a great wife, a great new family. Just wish you the very best. Every time I hear a U2 song, I think of you. Any of them, actually. I actually envision you carrying Bono during every song, so in my mind, you've picked him up during all sorts of songs by U2. You're a great friend to others, and I appreciate your friendship to me and your example. I love you, bud. You take care and have a great birthday.
How did you meet Uncle Jeff?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Because you were a baby.
How did you and Uncle Jeff really bond?
He would pick me up by my feet and dip me in the cold river.
Okay. What is your favorite memory with Uncle Jeff?
He would pick me up by my feet and dip me in the cold river.
What's another one?
He would pick James up and dip him in the cold river.
Okay. How has Uncle Jeff influenced your life?
He taught me that hotels cannot be stinky and lame, because he owned a really cool hotel one time.
Okay. And if you had to dedicate a song to Uncle Jeff, or could dedicate a song, what would?
Wait, what do you mean dedicate a song?
Pick a song
That reminds you of him.
Oh, that reminds me of him. Okay.
Any of those.
Oh no, I'm just gonna do the reminds me of him.
Okay.
The one that reminds me of him is Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Why is that?
Because one time on Christmas Eve, he was singing that song while he played the ukulele.
That was cool, huh? All right, wish him happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff.
How did you meet Uncle Jeff?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was a baby.
How did you and Uncle Jeff become really close?
Because he hugged.
What is your favorite memory with Uncle Jeff?
We painted rocks
Where?
at the family reunion at Papa's house.
Yeah.
And how has Uncle Jeff helped you in your life?
He was kind. At the family reunion, he helped us. He made the family reunion funner, so we could paint rocks.
Awesome. Say happy birthday, Uncle Jeff.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff.
How did you meet Uncle Jeff?
Well, when I was a baby,
Okay. How did you and Uncle Jeff bond?
well, when he sometimes when he comes back from a trip, and also sometimes when he comes up and grabs me and tickles me.
Mm-hmm. Where did you get your flamingo?
From Uncle Jeff at the hotel.
That was fun, huh?
What's your favorite memory with Uncle Jeff?
When I was like trying to open the door with my flamingo and I was like just tiny.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And how has Uncle Jeff been important in your life?
Because he loves me and he's really, really funny.
You want to wish him happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Okay, say love you, Uncle Jeff.
To you.
Say love you, Uncle Jeff.
Happy birthday, dear Uncle Jeff. Happy birthday to you. I love you.
So, babe,
What?
what would you say is your favorite memory of Jeff?
Favorite memory of Jeff? Gotta be his storytelling. Probably my favorite storytelling is him telling us about his mom getting rid of some varmints in their house in a very obscure and cruel manner. Very unexpected of Joanne.
Agreed. How would you say Jeff has influenced your life?
Ginger beer. He turned me into a selective soda drinker. I don't remember the name of the place, but it was First Fridays. And yeah, he introduced me to Reed's ginger beer.
Very
Best
good.
recommendation of my life.
Even above being recommended to ask me out?
Oh, that's a different, that was a save.
Okay.
That wasn't a recommendation, that was a save in your case.
Alright, so more of a tailored question. If you were going to give Jeff, you know, like walk-up music or a theme song, what do you think that would be? You know, like what would be that entrance music for him?
Entrance music for Jeff? For sure, Kanye West, Touch the Sky. Okay, babe. Happy 40th to Jeff. Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How have you and Jeff bonded? In one bonding experience.
So many to choose from. Yeah, I'm gonna go with our annual bonding, where, you know, we put aside all of the other priorities we have, and we dedicate 18 holes to the children. I would say that is that's definitely something that has melded our hearts together.
Your incredible golfing skills.
I am amazeballs on the golf course, yes.
Okay, and last thing, I believe you have a song that you'd like to lip sync dedicate to Jeff. If you can make it through it. I know you were
there's
practicing.
one. Yeah, but I don't want you looking at me dead on because I don't really need you seeing me welling up as I'm doing it. So if you can just
profile.
move aside.
Profile.
Look at this face. I know the years are showing. Look at this life. I still don't know where it's going. I don't know much, but I know I love you. And that may be all I need to know.
How did we bond? We bonded over mushrooms, that's for sure. That was our first good meal together. We bonded over music up on the mountain in Phoenix, in the Phoenix Preserve, where you actually ended up proposing to me, listening to the National. We bonded holding hands, walking and talking, and we bonded over conference. I don't know, little ways, I guess.
Picture yourself in a
Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff.
What do you love about birthdays?
Because he gets older and older and older.
Why do you love Uncle Jeff?
Because we visit him, and we went to his wedding for cake.
What did you do at his wedding?
Go on the picture moon and the picture cow.
The picture moon and the picture cow?
Yeah, and ate cake.
Who did Uncle Jeff marry?
At Shanna.
Do you want to wish Uncle Jeff a happy birthday?
What did you say, Mom?
What song do you want to sing for Uncle Jeff?
Uncle Jeff in the sky with diamonds. Uncle Jeff in the sky with diamonds. Uncle Jeff in the sky. Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. I love when we got into you get good swimming in your hotel on the top of the roof, and I love Shanna's pretty dress, and I love when you helped us make emoji vlogs at Grandma and Grandpa's house, at Mama and Grandpa and Papa's house.
You have a song for Uncle Jeff?
Yeah, I have a song. Let it go, let it go, oh, let it go, let it go. Never order back anymore.
Oh, hello. How did Jeff and I first meet? Well, I first saw Jeff like 2 Sundays before he moved to Germany, and was intimidated by his coolness. But he comes back from Germany. Our parents knew each other. Rick had some tickets to a BYU Navy game in Annapolis. My brother and I go with him, Taylor, and when the Navy would score, the cadets would run down and do push-ups. So when BYU scored, Jeff, me, Taylor, and Matt would run down and do push-ups in the BYU end zone. And of course, we made the 6 o'clock news.
Hey Jeff, I'm sorry about the video and audio quality. This kind of looks like a bad audition tape, but I wanted to tell you happy birthday. And I also wanted to thank you. You've shown me what a manager and what a person can be in their 30s. And that's meant a lot to me. I now can tie my tie all by myself.
Hi Jeff, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Okay, where did we meet? Funny thing to ask your mom. We met at the hospital. So excited to welcome a second son into our home and a little brother for Matt. Favorite memory?
Favorite memory is when Jeff took us to see the people that he met on his mission in the Philippines and get to know those people that you let into your heart and they let you into theirs, and to feel the love that you shared with each other.
Favorite music? It came naturally from this very talented family and parents you have. It all started at family home evening.
I love mother, she loves me. We love daddy, yes sirree. We love Jeffrey, so you see, we are a happy family.
Yeah, that didn't get you anywhere. And to validify that you indeed are our son, we are sending you for your birthday
DNA kit.
Woo-hoo!
And you, when you get your results back, you're going to find a surprise. You're really related to Bono! Maybe. Happy birthday!
Jeff, I only allotted everyone 30 to 60 seconds, so I will try to comply with my request. When I think about you, I think about the man who brought me the moon, which is behind me. You made me this moon. One of my favorite memories with you, it was when I was under the impression that you and Russ were going to recreate this fantastic paper moon that I wanted so badly for our wedding party as a photo booth. And it was Sunday, getting close to the wedding, and we had our checklists and things were kind of stressful, but they were good. You kept everything rolling along and I kept everything perfect. And you had me go into the garage in the dark, and I was blindfolded and thought you were bringing me treats or chocolate or something. But then you danced with me, and when the song was over, you unblindfolded me and there was this moon that you had made. And not only was there the moon, but there were stars behind it and a bench. It was better than I could have imagined, even better than I drew out. So when I think of you, I think of the man who brought me the moon. And I think that with you, really everything is totally possible. My favorite quote is, with God, all things are possible. Or with God, all the best is possible. And I believe that with you, Jeff.
And we're rolling. Happy 40th, Jeff. Can't believe we're getting so old. I remember 7-10 split, bowling every Thursday. Best bowlers ever. Also all the times that you come to the shows of mine in Arizona. I always enjoyed that. One of my favorite moments was when you were taking me to the airport and we stopped at McDonald's. And you mentioned, I'm loving it. Over the drive-thru. I still use that to this day. It might be their old slogan, but I still use it. Thank you for that. All the mountain biking trips, Gooseberry Mesa, everything. Known you a long time, my friend. Here's to many years more of celebration and of meeting Bono again and holding him in your arms, hopefully. Happy 40th birthday, Jeff. I love you, man.
Hi, Jeff. Happy 40th birthday. Whenever I think of your birthday, I also think of Adam and Ben's birthday, the 3 cousins that were born just a few months apart. I wish I could remember all the things that have happened over these last 40 years when we've been together, but when you're approaching the second 40 years, you don't remember quite as many things. Nevertheless, I do remember when you were born and what a darling baby you were. I remember times when your family would visit us in California and we would visit you in Utah. I remember times in Ogden in Grandma's basement. I remember when you and Matt came and stayed with us and we played lots of games of May I. I remember when you and Matt came with us to Lake Mead on the houseboat trip. And I'm sure there are other things that I could remember if my memory were jogged just a bit. The main thing, Jeff, is I remember your wedding to you and Shanna. What a wonderful occasion that was, of course for you, but also for our family. I am so happy that you and Shanna found each other and that you are happy. You are good people, we have a good family, and many good things are going to happen for you over these next 40 years. Happy 40th birthday, Jeffy.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Woohoo! So we're in the hospital right now. This isn't, we wanted to make a better video at home, but I have preeclampsia, so I got admitted today, and we're gonna be here for the next few days. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
woo, well, hopefully we'll have the baby before we come home.
Yes, but happy birthday. We first met Jeff by shooting his wedding. We were his photographers, and we've hung out a couple times since, and he's a great guy.
Yeah, we have been friends with Shanna for a long time, and we knew that it had to be a great guy to get Shanna.
Oh.
And we fell in love with you guys as a couple, and you guys are fantastic. You're some of our favorite people in the world. And some things that we love about Jeff. You can tell when you first meet him, he's one of the most genuine people you're ever gonna meet in your life. And he's just like really addicting to be around, which sounds kind of odd to say.
Yeah.
But he's just one of those guys that everyone's kind of gravitated to, and you just really want to be his friend because he's a true friend.
Yeah, Jeff has a great smile. It's very warming. Makes you feel like at home, no matter where you're at. So.
Yeah. One of the songs that we dedicate to Jeff is from a band that Jeff and Shanna introduced us to that we love now and we listen to all the time.
Yeah.
It's Water by Rah Rah Riot. So happy birthday from us.
Happy birthday.
We miss you guys. We love you guys.
Yeah, have fun. Bye.
So, of course, I've waited until the last minute before I put this video together. So the questions are going to be, or the answers are going to be pretty short and sweet, but the first question was, how did I meet Jeff? And the short answer to that is we met in a cul-de-sac. As I recall, we discussed our shared interest and love of U2 and how cool it was that Jeff had been on stage with Bono. Of course, that's not what actually really happened. I'm probably going to be the only one to say that when I first met Jeff, I did not like him, and that is the kindest way to put it. But unfortunately, Jeff just has a way, once you get to know him, that you gotta love the guy.
Happy birthday! So exciting! Shannon only said we had 30 seconds to a minute, so we're gonna go fast. One of my favorite memories of Jeff is traveling cross-country with him and also getting to spend a summer with him and going skydiving, which still remains to be one of the most terrifying moments of my life. But yeah, I think the biggest memory though is the memories that he continues to make with Shanna, because I don't think I've ever seen him as happy as when he's around her and talks about her. So keep making those memories, and we'll try and join you for as many as we can. So, song dedication, I'm going to stick with the classic and say Where the Streets Have No Name from U2, because that just encompasses being woken up every morning by your music, by sharing a bathroom. Also, Germany the movie was also a classic, which featured that song. I'm going to leave a more modern version for Janess, because she's going to donate.
When the Camptons got back from Germany, I heard they were staying at Butch Cash's house, which I knew had a pool, a hot tub, and a game room. So naturally, I invited myself over to hang out with Jeff. We spent the day swimming, hot tubbing, figuring out how to play bumper pool, the usual. It was good, and after that, he and I, that day, we just bonded. We became one. Not long after that, it was a regular occurrence that I invited myself into Jeff's life on a regular basis. I might add, though, Jeff never seemed to mind. I always felt welcome. Not so much his parents, though. We all know they had their reasons.
Hey Jeff, this is Bryn. So I'm really not good at videos. So I'm using a selfie stick as well as note cards so that I remember what I'm going to say. First of all, we first met because we were both obsessed Utah fans. I know you love them as much as I did. And so together we went to a Bronco Mendenhall. He was the head coach, if you don't remember. We went to one of his firesides, and so I gave you a Utah shirt so that we could go and sit together and I wouldn't look like the only fool. And then, sorry, excuse me. The reason I bonded with you was, or I went to your house for an event, a barbecue or something. It was when you were living with Ryan, and we all sat together and you sang songs, and yeah, and when you first introduced me to Matt Nathanson. The reason, or my favorite memory of you is when you taught me how to lie, and you still kind of are, because I'm not very good at it. And so we would try to get to the front of different shows, and you'd always have to tell me what to say or who to say it to, and I don't think I ever made it up there. The song that I would like to dedicate to you is One Tree Hill by U2. Not that it's because my favorite, but because when I lived in New Zealand, you were so jealous because I got to see them perform it.
So I wrote this haiku for Jeffrey Kempton because haikus are really beautiful, and Jeffrey Kempton is a really beautiful person. It goes like this. I met Jeff at church. We served in the EQP. It was the very best. Tacos, rock band, mountain bike. We had heaps and heaps of fun. Happy birthday, Jeffrey Kempton.
Uh-oh, Jeffrey Kempton.
Jeffrey Kempton, now you are 40 years old. You're an old man, but you're still as gold. Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton, happy birthday. Once rejected, now accepted by us. And Shauna, Nana Fecta. Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton, Jeffrey Kempton. Hip hip!
Hooray! Hey Jeff, so how did we meet? We met because we were looking for love and kind of all the wrong places. We met because we were at the right place at the right time. We were at Institute. and I just happened to be post-hike on Squaw Peak, so, and you were there after a long day's work, and I saw this man, and he had a very colorful shirt, and he was handsome, and he was well-versed, and he was a good conversationalist, and Janae, like the perfect wing woman she was, let us talk and converse about Iceland and Sigur Rós and cereal, O's.
Well, me and Paxton are here, and just want to say a few things about Jeff. I first met Jeff, it's been probably, I think, over 16 years ago. We were, I met him before then, but we went on a trip, me, Spencer, Hazen, and Jeff all went on a trip to San Francisco, and that's where I first got to know Jeff a bit, and he's been, I consider, a good friend ever since. He's the way he's influenced me in my life is he's always got an adventurous, optimistic view of what you can do later, and I've tried to kind of take that from him in my life, that no matter what would happen, I think he would always see things as kind of more of an adventure than a setback type of thing, and I appreciate him for that. So happy birthday, Jeff. And the song that I want to dedicate to you is from Wilco's Summer Teeth album, and the song is When You Wake Up Feeling Old. All right, thanks.
All right. Hey, Jeff. Happy 40th. Just wanted to add to the videos. I'm not going to go over when we met. I have no memory of that, but favorite memory would be a toss-up. I do have fond memories of you and Matt chasing me around the house on Parsippany, pinning me down on the floor and forcing me to drink soy sauce. But a better memory is just kind of, in general, having cool conversations with you and just kind of being adults and learning from your experience and your wisdom and your faith. And actually that leads into my song choice for you, would be Gotta Have Faith, or Faith, I don't know what it's called, but George Michael. Maybe isn't the best song, but definitely memories of our childhood home videos, and also is a good example for me of memories of you and showing your faith and sharing that with us and with others. And you've just always been an awesome example to me of faith and of just being, you are so genuine and always doing things for other people and just being so real and having fun and including everybody. And I appreciate your example and being my brother, and I love you a lot, and I hope you have a great birthday. Bye.
I met Jeff Kempton at Orem, the Kempton household in Orem, when I was dating Kristen. I bonded with Jeff over a U2 song that was an obscure song that he didn't think I would know the words to, and we ended up jamming out together in the car once. That's the first bonding. I would say favorite memory of Jeff, hands down, Jeff and Shanna singing Ring of Fire to each other at their wedding reception. That was awesome. I would say Jeff has influenced me in how kind he is, how patient he is with people. He has very loyal and non-judgmental, one of the most non-judgmental people I've met, and that's been a great influence in my life. And the song that I would dedicate to Jeff would be Lean on Me, Bill Withers version of that song. Just because he seems like he has a lot of people that he leans on and a lot of people that lean on him. And he's always there to help other people. And I kind of get that vibe from Jeff. So happy birthday, man. Love you. Welcome to the club. And hopefully we make it to 80 together. Love you.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday. It was great meeting you and being a part of your wedding and now a part of your family.
We'll always have balderdash. Happy birthday!
Here's our cat. And here's the newest member of the family. This is Indio.
We love you. Happy birthday!
So the story of how Jeff and I met, how we became friends, is two very different stories. First time we met was 1993. I guess we didn't really meet, but that was the first time I saw him. He drove into the neighborhood. We were at Seth's house, and we were all playing out in front, and he drove up with somebody, and I did not like that somebody. And so we mocked him a lot, and continued to do so for a while. And so it was probably a year or so after that that we eventually became friends. And what kind of broke the ice, so to speak, between us is we were both in the same restroom using the bathroom, and I was in there, he came in and, you know, went to the bathroom. And he said, don't you hate it when you're in the bathroom and someone comes up and uses the urinal right next to you? And I thought that was funny, and so since then, you know, we become friends, and that's been 24 years now, so I guess 23 since we became friends. So it's been a great 23 years. I'm glad that you're my friend, and love you like a brother, Jeff. Thanks.
Jeff Kempton, happy birthday, my friend. Sorry for being so delinquent in getting this to Shanna. It's early on a Tuesday morning, and finally found the time to send a brief message. So, what do I remember about Jeff Kempton, and when did we meet? Well, it's been a while since we're cousins and grew up together. Whether it was visiting Utah over the summers and spending time with you and your family, or whether it was living in Maryland a few times, or even seeing you over in Frankfurt, Germany. I have a lot of great memories with Jeff. Perhaps some of my favorite are visiting him in Orem in his chill room, or even riding around with he and his brother Matt in the back of a moving truck having a party together while his dad was driving and we were living together in Maryland. Jeff's a special friend, a great example, and I love you, brother. Happy birthday.
C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me.
So, many years ago, Jeff and I met actually on a canoe trip. I don't know if Jeff remembers it, but I remember it. I'd heard a lot about him from the Jarvises, because they were in his ward, and how much they loved him. And then, lo and behold, he was my canoe buddy on this canoe trip in our singles ward. And then I heard all about Jeff from many of the girls in the ward. Jeff is a great guy. You are a great guy, Jeff. And it has been a pleasure to know you. I'm trying to think of some memories. I think Jeff is my longest church buddy of all time. We went to church for how many years together? The singles ward was a good 4 years, and then the family ward good 7. That's a long time, Jeff. And there's no better man. Hopefully there's at least one better man out there that I can find. But you're a great man, great testimony, great everything. Right there, you see that snake? He's saying hi. Also, he has some memories of you up there. I'm really bad at music, so I don't know. I'm trying to think of any songs. You know, the only one might be C is for Cookie, and Cookie is for me, because your most random recipes that somehow you just create, and I'm like, ooh, this is a good recipe, Jeff, can you share it with me? And you never have a recipe. Your cakes, your creative genius comes throughout all your desserts. And it looks like you also married a very creative wife, so it must have, that's what you were looking for, and you found her. You guys are perfect together. I just have a lot of good memories of Jeff. He's a good man, and I am very blessed and to call him a friend. He always has good advice, and he just has a good sound head on his shoulders. So happy birthday. 40 is great. 40 is way better than 30. And I hope you have a great one. I love you.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
I met Jeff when I started dating Dave. I think we met at a bowling alley. That's probably the first place I met Jeff. And one of the things that I initially, my initial impression was that he was very warm and accepting and very friendly. Jeff has a way of making you feel like everyone's his best friend, and you feel like you're just as important as anybody else. I really appreciate how he always made me feel welcome in their group of friends. And I've seen a lot of Jeff's influence in Dave through the years. I feel like Jeff's very positive, and he always tries to make everybody around him have a good time and feel included and welcome, and I really appreciate that. And I think it's really impressive how he's able to maintain such close friendships with people even from so far away. And I just wanted to thank you for the influence you've had on my husband and helping shape him to be the man that he is. And I hope you have a great birthday, and I hope we can see you sometime soon. Bye.
Happy birthday.
Perseus says, happy birthday, Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff. I hope that you have an amazing day and an amazing year ahead of you. And I just want to say that I am so glad that you and Shanna found each other. And again, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday again, Jeff. I love that you love binder clips like I do. They're the best.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday. Was always glad to run into you in high school, and was really glad to meet your awesome wife this last couple months ago or whatever it was, and it was good to see you after all these years. I always enjoyed talking music with you, and you're somebody that you always seem like you are the kind of person that always had a positive thing to say about people. I never ever heard you ever say a mean thing about anybody, and even when they maybe deserved it. But I just hope you have a happy birthday, and love you.
My favorite memory with Jeff, big or small? That's impossible. So I'll list them. You two at RFK skiing in 1993, making music videos always. cardboard box bedrooms, the secret room in the Orem house, party in the U-Haul truck, blue VW Bug, the Omni. He and I will always have grease. Entering contests on the radio, countless trips into DC, Thursday night bowling, chill room sessions. We went to the MTC together. Mouse pads. Bowling expired food behind a Whole Food store. Pushing shopping carts with my car. Painting the Alfondre's roof, a metal roof, in August in Maryland. It was so damn hot. And I don't know, just playing in Potomac, doing things. Started there, kept going.
So my favorite memories with you, Jeff, are too long to list, but I think they're all the small things. Going to gather wood with you here in San Jose because we want to make a fire in our fireplace, and smelling that wood and enjoying it as it fills our home with warmth. Going to Bisbee and staying in the Silverstream trailer, which was always a dream of mine, and having our photo shoot and probably having my first meltdown there, I think. And I loved sharing Solstice with you when we went on our road trips and just spending time.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday from Greg and Kirsten. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, happy 40th. We've known you for over 20 years when we moved into your neighborhood in Utah, and we just really wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Hope your day's great.
And happy birthday from Bono too. Bye.
See ya.
See you at U2 concert. Bye.
Hi Jeff, I wanted to wish you a happy 40th birthday and say a quick thank you for being an amazing mentor, boss, peer, and most importantly friend over the last many years. I also thank you for putting up with my constant nagging of early holiday decorations and sparkle and glitter and listening to my country music and letting me drag you to any new restaurant that opened within a 15-mile radius of the hotel, and just, being overall an amazing person. I wish you all the best. You deserve it, my friend, and happy birthday. Thank you.
Make a video? I don't know how to make a video. I guess I just like this. Happy birthday, Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff. Woo. Alright, and on go.
Jeff, happy birthday. I'm feeling a little paralyzed under the pressure to find the perfect thing to say to you, the perfect story to tell from our amazing friendship. I mean, I've only known you since probably the pre-existence, and we've been best friends for at least 10 years. So I do have a lot of files to sort through in my brain, but it's kind of paralyzing under the amount of awesome things I'm finding there and wanting to say. Our friendship to me has been one that is full of creative ventures, fun adventures, and a lot of meaning, I think, in between it all. And so one part of our friendship, I miss all the parts of our friendship, Jeff, not because we're not friends, but because you live so far away. But so one part of our daily friendship that I miss began years ago in a little bar in downtown Phoenix, where me and you had a cheese sandwich, tomato soup, and a root beer. And when we drank that root beer, after eating a delicious cheese sandwich and an amazing tomato soup, we were even more floored by the deliciousness of the root beer. I can't remember exactly what root beer this was. I think it was Boylan's. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was Boylan's. But I feel like it was after that night, when we both realized how much we liked those flavors, that we started a search. A search for delicious root beer. The original sexy drink, if you will. And somewhere in that search, we began searching for delicious food, delicious restaurants, delicious flavors, off the beaten path things that people recommend, things that nobody knows about, then into this world of sushi and what's going to be, will we find the quintessential sushi restaurant in Phoenix, which I submit we did, in fact. Looking to ginger beer and seeing what we could find delicious there. And then, of course, the world of sexy drinks truly opened up to us. And our lives have never been the same. So while that is nowhere near the magnitude of, Iceland the first time around, or Iceland the second time around, or the whole entire Pacific Northwest road trip where a meteor hit our car on the day that Michael Jackson died, and Katie introduced you to Harry Potter, and you would say, Harry, which is still the only thing I hear when I think of Harry Potter is your voice saying, Harry. And then we invented a band, Pentagram of Death, and it created the one-hit wonder, I Love Rock and Roll, that was a sensation that swept the nation. And I want to talk about root beer, and I want to talk about sexy drinks, Jeff, and how much I miss looking for the sexy drinks on Friday night with you. But I'm very happy you're going to be here for your birthday and that I get to see you because I miss you. And I hope this year, Jeff, is most magnificent, and I hope that everything that is beautiful stays the same, and that everything beautiful yet to come walks into your life this year. Jeffrey Kempton, the man, the myth, the legend. My best friend. Happy birthday, yo.
So, how has Jeff influenced my life? I believe that each of us is a bit of a conglomeration of all the other people that we meet. And Jeff is one of those unique individuals that has a lot of characteristics that I admire. I really look up to Jeff. He's an awesome person.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. I remember when you came to visit us in Maryland twice, and both times you treated us to crabs. I also remember then when you told us that if we guessed your phone password that we could have it, and it was 8675309. Then in Idaho you came to visit us and you pushed us on the swing. That was really fun. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. You're old. You're 3 decades older than me. I enjoyed going to your wedding last year, and I also liked it when we went to the gum mall in Seattle and put our gum on the wall. I also remember when you offered us your phone if we could guess your password, but I didn't get it, but now I won't forget the password. 8675309. Bye. Hope you have a good birthday.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Okay, so Darwin's going to tell you his favorite memory.
All right, Jeff, my favorite memory with Jeff. I think my favorite memory was the night we went to Espo's out in my neck of the woods and your neck of the woods, and we had a good dinner and we got to talk for a while, and that was a good time.
That was good. My favorite memory is just all of you. First of all you and Shanna. So happy you're in our family. I'm so happy that you make Shanna happy, and we have loved you to death. I love that you work at Marriott, you know that. But I loved that I got to come over one night and teach you how to do Disneyland in a day. And that was really fun for us. We just love everything about you. but we want to dedicate our song to you from Disneyland. And it's You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story. I would sing it, but I don't want to scare everybody. So anyway, you've got a friend in us. We love you. Happy birthday.
Bye.
Bye.
Jeff, happy birthday from Washington, D.C. Hey, I just wanted to tell you how grateful I am for you and Shanna's friendship. And I mean, we've just had such fun times together. I don't think I would know what a set list was, and that you can get them from the different bands if it wasn't for you and your quirky knowledge of everything music. I am just so grateful for you guys. You've been my friend for a long time, and then you married Shanna, and she is like great and hilarious, and you know, even after you guys got married, you were my friends, and I would go do yoga with Shanna and then come back and hang out with you at your house. And it's just great to know that that some, you know, people like you guys exist, and I'm really thankful for true friends, and you are. And also, I will never forget the time you told me the story about you were getting a pedicure and you just wanted to know what it was like to get your nail painted, and so you got your toenails painted and they got ruined while you were hiking. I don't know why, but I will never forget that story. You're fun. You just do anything, and it's great. So talk to you later. Happy birthday.
I sing myself to sleep a song from the darkest hour.
How did you meet Jeff?
I met Jeff at a dinner party. It ran a bit long. Some frogs showed up. We turned it into an all-nighter. It was sort of like a rave.
How did you really bond?
I feel like we bonded through a lot of things. Basketball, riding bikes, video games, muscle men, music, camping, making videos, watching videos, going on walks, making paintings on bridges, digging holes, bowling, stuff like that.
What is a favorite memory you have of Jeff?
So many memories. I'm gonna go with exchanging letters. As with many old relationships, they wind up being long distance for a lot of years. The letters, pen included, they were great.
How did Jeff influence you?
At this point in my life, a big influence on me from Jeff is his desire to express himself with music. He has this urge to experience music with others, and not just through listening. I love that, and I'm doing more and more of that.
Do you have anything else to share?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Jeff, you old man. Sure love you.
Back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down.
Hey, Jeff. Say love you.
Love you.
Okay, so we met in 7th grade or 8th grade at 8th grade science class. And I was too busy flirting with Ryan Pyle to notice you, but eventually I did. You became a good friend. So glad I had you in my life. You're a good guy. Happy birthday. And we love you and your wonderful wife. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Good job.
Those who find themselves ridiculous, sit down.
Yes, happy birthday! You made it to 40. Welcome to the club. It's just crazy. A year ago, we were getting ready to run a marathon together. Well, half a marathon.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday. First memories, probably running around with my nephews Justin and Josh. You guys were all around the same age. And then, of course, as adults, you managing a hotel and always been generous and helpful in getting us rooms or a place to have a party that we can get together. And just wanted to say thank you and happy birthday. And sorry that we're not there. to help celebrate.
Jeff, happy birthday! I hope
Happy
you're having
birthday.
the best birthday ever. It's a good thing to turn 30 years old. Oh, wait, you're 40. There's only one person in this house that's over 40, and it's not him. And it's not her. Oh, she's a very active girl. Okay, go ahead. Do your thing. Nella, can you say happy birthday to Jeff? Happy birthday!
Hey, happy
birthday! Remember Jeff when we stayed at their house? Okay, I think that's the best we're gonna get out of them. Rami, say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Do it in Arabic.
عيد ميلاد سعيد.
He speaks Arabic. Jeff, in all seriousness, I'm very happy that you're alive and that you're married to one of my best favorite friends in the whole wide world, Shanna. You have made her very happy. I can see that, and you guys are a wonderful, wonderful couple. And I hope that you have many wonderful years to come and little creatures in your home of all kinds of forms. This is when I can't get to stop. But anyway, I love you, and I love that you're married to Shanna and you're making such a wonderful life together. And happy birthday!
Yay! Wish you the best.
Yay! Yay!
Enjoy.
Yay!
Bye.
Yay!
Happy 40th, Jeff. As your father-in-law, I'm so happy to have you in our family. You and Shanna are so adventurous and exciting, and I couldn't be happier than to be here to help celebrate this special day. You're surrounded with family and special friends on this special occasion. I wish you happiness this day, tomorrow, next year, and always. Love you, Jeff.
Happy birthday, Jeff, especially this 40th. It's going to be a great year. You and Shanna are so cute together. We sure love you, and we're glad that we can be here to celebrate. You can't believe how many takes we've done here, but hopefully this one will be good. The Ring of Fire is a song that we've chosen for you because that's what you sang at your reception.
My favorite time with you, Jeff, is just spending time talking to you. I love when you come home from work. I loved our cloud room, and we're kind of making that here, but just the time that we get to talk and look at each other, and I know that forever I'm always just gonna be happy watching you. I love watching you sleep. You work so hard, and I like to see you rest, and it's just like a little moment where I get to wonder and gaze at you.
I love you, Uncle Jeff. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay, tell Uncle Jeff happy birthday. Look in the camera. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Good job.
You're the best uncle ever.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. I can't believe you're 40 years old. That's so crazy. Anyway, you have an amazing wife who's doing all these fun videos for you. And just love you. I mean, ever since we met, totally clicked, and just loved how much you welcomed me and quickly welcomed me into the family. And really enjoyed just hanging out with you and Shanna and going to concerts together and lots of things that we've done together. You coming out to France and just hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. And hope you have an awesome 40th birthday. I really couldn't pick a song for you. I know that U2 is just you. So it's all encompassing. And I love your creativity and your silliness and your witty humor. And just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Take care. Bye.
How has Jeff influenced my life? I imagine There's going to be a lot of people saying the same thing. And that is Jeff raised the bar. He always set the example. One of the most honest, good, decent people I knew in my life. I could always count on Jeff as a benchmark of a good man, a good priesthood holder. Chivalry, the rest. And how have I influenced Jeff? Or how does he take after me? Just ask his parents about the ski trip in '93.
Surprise! I was blow drying my hair. Thought I heard the phone ring. That ever happened to you? Call me. We'll talk about it. Jeff Kempton, you have been an incredible friend to me and just really shown me what a good friend does for people. Thank you so much for helping me get settled into Phoenix and teaching me the majority of everything that I know about being a hotel manager. One of my favorite memories that we have is when we went to Blink-182 ticketless, and we were trying to beg anyone that we could to give us a ticket to get in because I had to go to that concert. We finally got tickets, and the bouncers weren't letting us in because they said it was no re-entry. But I acted quick and said, well, I had to go get some lady stuff. And Jeff was like, what? And I was like, lady stuff. And Jeff was like, oh, that's pretty bad. And the bouncer wanted nothing to do with it and was like, oh, I don't want to hear, please go in. And Jeff says, that's a good one. I should use that. Anyway, I love you so much. Thanks for being an awesome friend. And happy birthday!
So in the 23 years that we've been friends, I just wanted to give a few highlights of things that I remember. In no particular order. Lodge Omni, Bowling Night, Galaxy Diner, Frontier Pies, Tony Roma's, Supersonic Car Wash, Ray's Pit Stop, Ned's Atomic Dustbin, REM, getting our refunded REM, Page Plan, After Page Plan at the hotel, Chevron, Brainwash, Dumb and Dumber in Park City, Cable Guy, Culture Night, Scott Patrick's Day, Scalloween, going to the Primus show, Saltaire, and then following the bus, hiking the Y at night, and getting up there and having the lights turn off, 710 Split, obviously, the bowling trophy, burying the trophy, unearthing the trophy, the road trip to Corona Del Mar, where you guys left me in Mexico. We found out that Jeff has chicken legs because he doesn't drink tequila. St. George road trip with the cherry spray, where we did Las Vegas and all-night bowling. Learned the Macarena. Mountain biking, Gooseberry, Sedona, Flagstaff, Hawes, South Mountain, Fruta, the Gem Trail. Going to concerts at Marquee, Crescent, ASU Bond, curling, hot air balloon, doing the Phoenix Marathon, going to San Diego to see James, going to Disneyland, realizing it was gay days, still having a great time, and the golf tournament for the children and Ghostbusters. All those things, you know, just bring up a ton of good memories, so.
Hi, it's Jen. Happy 40th birthday, Jeff, and welcome to the 40 Club. I met Jeff as he started dating my good friend Shanna, who is now his wonderful wife. We've had conversations about travel and photography. We're both proud Subaru owners. And because of your love of music, I will dedicate to you on your birthday a new wave classic called Happy Birthday by Altered Images. So enjoy this turn around the sun, and many happy returns to you, Jeff.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
Jeff. We first met Jeff when Shanna first introduced him to us, and we were so excited that he decided to stay in her life so that he stayed in our life. One of my favorite memories of Jeff is when you and Shanna performed at your wedding. I thought that was so sweet and intimate and just such a sweet experience. Anyway, that's my favorite memory, and then Blake.
I just remember going golfing with Jeff one time, and it was a super good day, and it was fun just to kind of get to know him a little bit differently and a little bit better than I had before. So I enjoyed the experience. And then the song that we want to dedicate to you for your birthday is Hotel California by the Eagles, because you work for a hotel and now you live in California. Super deep.
Maya, hey, what do you remember of Jeff? What do you remember of Jeff? Boy. That's all you gotta say? Yeah? O que você quer falar para o Jeff? What do you want to say to Jeff?
Canta, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
What do you remember about Jeff?
I remember that I know Jeff for a long time since I met Patrick, but I had the opportunity to meet in person at a very special day of his life, at his wedding. And yeah, I feel like Jeff is a great guy, and we are blessed to have his in our life and his friends, and we wish you a happy birthday and a life full of happiness and joy and full of blessings.
Just grab a little food business. I just got back from Brazil, and I want to do a little quick shout out to Jeff for his birthday. I feel like he and I have come a long way together. Known him for quite some time now. I feel like I know him pretty well. I mean, one thing I like about Jeff is his wittiness, his humor. Probably comes from the fact that he was born in London, being that he's British and all. And yeah, I just think that, and I think probably the people he grew up with when he, in New York, and his time that he spent with Bono. I mean, he's been around, growing up in the military, and just when he lost his brother as well in the war. I mean, Jeff's had a lot of experiences, so to come out on top of all that, and be the good guy that he is, and now he's just such a great father, 3 kids now, and yeah, Jeff's he's just a special guy. I mean, it's just too bad that his rock and roll career didn't work out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in a few years, maybe he'll pick it up again. But anyway, I just wanted to say happy birthday to him and hope he's doing alright. Made a little dance video for you as well. Alright, Jeff, happy birthday.
I've known Jeff since the end of 2013 through Marriott. I've been a revenue manager for 17 years with Marriott. I sit on the East Coast in Charlotte, and of course I know Jeff from Phoenix. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine here. This is Gypsy Rose. She's a Bernese Mountain Dog, and this dog has changed my life, just like Jeff Kempton changed my life. So this dog is pretty special, and so is Jeff. So we have a message for you today. I want to tell you a little story about what Jeff means to me and Gypsy. So back at Christmas time, I did something nice for somebody. I sent somebody a gift at Christmas time, and they weren't expecting it. And I got a phone call to say thank you. And the person on the other end of the line did more than say thank you. That person said, you know, Bethany, you changed my outlook. You restored my faith in humanity. And that really blew my mind. It really made me think hard about what it means to do things for people and do little things. And you know what? That's what Jeff does to the world, to me, to his friends, to his family, for everyone. When I think about Jeff, I think about the fact that he restored my faith in humanity at a time when I wasn't the happiest, that I was having some challenges in my life. And Jeff, you don't even know that, but I was. And I couldn't wait to get up every day and have a meeting with you or take a call from you. So I want to wish you the happiest of birthdays, Gypsy and I here, and I wish you 40 more, okay? Thanks.
Toothbrush. There are memories with the toothbrush in the past and currently, and I like both of those. I will always remember Capella and the rough black asphalt on that night in October near the Superstition Mountains, and making mushrooms with you. It was our first meal together and it was delicious and still one of my favorites. I want to dedicate 2 songs to you, actually 3. The first one is Alanis Morissette, Thank You. You know why. And the second one is kind of a given, Ring of Fire. And then the third one is Guru 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 Ram Das, Guru 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 Ram Das, Guru 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 Guru, my little Kundalini man.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday. Wish we were there to give you a hug. We were supposed to send you a video of some of our memories of you. And some of my memories started with you in diapers when your mom and dad and myself and 2 young boys, first boys, lived in Phoenix. And really never got to know you until you became a sweet adult that was always willing to be there for your family. We're real happy for you. You found a wonderful life with a new wife. Good luck in your endeavors. We love you.
Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot.
My favorite memory with Uncle Jeff is when he came to our house in Maryland and treated me to my first crab feast ever. And then we went on a walk on the beach and we saw a bunch of different animals. And he showed us this song.
What does the fox say? What the fox say?
Happy birthday, Jeff!
Happy birthday!
Wow, you're 40!
The big 40. Unbelievable. Someday we might be there ourselves.
Yes, yes. Hope you're having a fantastic birthday celebration. Wish we could celebrate with you. It's always so fun hanging out with you. You guys are awesome. We love you. We have some great memories with you guys, especially being down in Arizona for your wedding and your wedding party. It was fantastic.
That was so much fun. I can also remember the first time I saw Jeff, I met Jeff. He was coming home from his mission.
That's right.
I think I was the first family member to officially welcome him home. I think that's also the time you tried to kiss me coming home from the airport.
Yes, holding the balloons.
Did I let you?
Happy birthday! We love you, and our song for you is one of the first songs you introduced me to. Ooh, You're Gold by Wilson Phillips.
Should I sing it?
Please.
All I really need you to know is who you're gold. My evening sun, you warm every part of me.
60 seconds. Really? Jeff, you gotta teach this girl something about making videos. Alright. I met Jeff, and by the way, Shanna, decent lighting and good hair? Huh? Yeah.
Hi, this is Javier.
And Jeanette.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
You've reached the big 4-0. So
4.0.
4.0.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. This is where the fun's really gonna start in life.
That's right.
Jeff, I actually knew you before I met you because I got to know you through Shanna. And Shanna and I went through some interesting times together. And she's such a special person, as you know. And when I heard about all of your amazing qualities and all the light that you bring to Shanna's life and how I saw her growing as a person exponentially after she met you, it made me adore you before I even had the opportunity to meet you. And it was wonderful seeing you in Arizona and also spending some more time with you when you
Here
came
in
to
Portland.
Portland. Yeah.
I had a good time in Portland with you guys. I especially remember sharing a nice dessert with you, Jeff, here in Pacific Northwest, and we had a great time. Also going through that library and hanging out with all of us.
Yeah, that was fun. We went to the spiritual literature shop and we had a good time. That's the cat in the background, by the way. She just wants to say happy birthday as well.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
She'd give you a hug right now if she could. But I guess what stands out to me a lot about you is that you made me really want to visit Iceland. So I saw you had this amazing trip and this amazing journey, and it's on my list of things to do because of you. So you're a great person.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hey Jeff, you're now going to be the big 4-0, so welcome to the club. It's a really downer, really. There's not much to look forward to after that. So, I'm depressed. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday. Love you. Thank you for all that you've done for me and my family. You have definitely helped me get through some tough times, and I appreciate it. Now I'm here to help you get through some tough times like the age of 40 maybe. I'm just kidding. You're all good. You don't even look a day past 39 anyways. So happy birthday. And I tell you, the band or the music that I think about you all the time is with, I did a U2 festival the other day for myself, and I played U2 all day while at work, and when I think of U2, I think of you. And anyways, appreciate all the good times, and happy birthday, and we'll see you soon.
Jeff, this song is dedicated to you. Jeff, you know it's true. We love you. Yes, you know it's true. Happy birthday to you.
I just want to wish you a really happy 40th birthday, Jeff.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday. I just want to tell you a few of my favorite things about you. One is that I really appreciate that you are always real, and it is impossible to have a superficial conversation with you. And also, you never seem to run out of stories that are hard to believe that they happen to anyone, but they always seem to happen to you. So I love that you always have lots of stories to tell. And also, I really appreciate that you're always up for anything, either driving to New Mexico for a hamburger or volunteering for a Ragnar team and driving your car to the campsite in the snow to collect all of our stuff. I just appreciate that you just like to have a good time and are always really fun. And I also really like your spaghetti sauce. It's amazing. So come back to Arizona and let's have another spaghetti night. Happy birthday.
Jeff Kempton, wow, where to begin? One of the most amazing men that I know, but one of the coolest stories I do remember about Jeff is that he was able to breach security back in 1992 at a U2 concert and walk with Bono on stage for the entire song. And then to have someone randomly, Jeff had no idea who this person was, but for someone to randomly be recording this, again, this is back in 1992, before everybody had their cell phones, they recorded this and somehow associated Jeff with this event, and then later mailed the tape to Jeff. And that's pretty amazing, and one of the cool stories that I have heard in just overall. And the fact that it was Jeff and knowing how special this was to him really stuck with me, and I'll always remember it. So thanks for the cool stories, Jeff. Thanks for being a great example and an amazing person. I hope you have a happy birthday and many more.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Yeah.
This is Uncle Bob and Aunt Celia. Just want you to know that 40 is the new 40. Jeff, you're a wonderful guy. I've got many fond memories of you. One of the things I remember and get the biggest kick out of is that secret compartment you had under the stairs at your house in Orem.
I'm sure we're probably not going to be the only people that are going to talk about that. But anyway, you are unique, Jeff. I truly love you. You're just the greatest guy, and you've always been your own person, which I really, really respect.
When I think of Jeff, I think of creative, genuine. I just love those qualities about you, and I hope that you'll always be very inquisitive and ask why, and not be satisfied with some humdrum answer. So keep being weird, Jeff. I like you. I like you different, and we love you very much.
We do. We love you. Happy birthday.
And the song that I would have for you and Shanna is "Don't Let Your Children Grow Up to Be Cowboys."
Hey, Shanna, this is a happy birthday message for Jeff. To answer your questions, how did I meet Jeff? I met Jeff through you. I feel like I got to know him best and able to understand him through you. I can see the love he shares with you through your happiness, and I think ultimately I have bonded with Jeff through music, and the night of your party when we said bye to you leaving to San Francisco. So this is my video with my beautiful hair day, and happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthday! Hi, Jeff. I miss you. It's been forever. So I am sending you this video to tell you how much I love you and miss you, and let everyone else know how special you are if they don't already. We met at church and I think bonded over music because we went to all the same shows and had the same taste in music. But Jeff was a huge part of making this awesome music video that I got for my birthday one year that is still the best birthday present of all time. So if I can just be a very small part of making your birthday very special, I am more than happy to do that. So I miss you and I love you and I hope you have a great day. Bye. Oh yeah, I am dedicating Stick Shifts and Safety Belts by Cake to Jeff, because it's one of my favorite songs and it's so fun. It makes me dance around. I would dedicate a U2 song, but I'm sure you'll have plenty of those from everyone else. So there you go.
Hey, happy 40th birthday, big guy. Yeah, wow, you're getting pretty old, man. You're getting in the over the hill club, Jeff. Well, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm right behind you. So, yes, I just wanted to wish you a very, very happy birthday, my friend. A very good 40th, you're a great guy. I wanted to tell the audience and Shanna that I met you. I met you, of course, at the hotel. I met you as my GM of the Courtyard and the Town Place Suites. But you're much more. Oh my gosh, you're much more than a general manager to me. You're a good friend. Yeah, you and Shannon are both really good friends to me, and I consider you I consider you a very good friend, and I'm very grateful that I'm really grateful that we went to the Nutcracker together in Oakland. I'm really grateful that I'm grateful that he took me to the Malaysian restaurant. A lot of things. I'm grateful that we can go to the Sigur Rós, the Icelandic band in concert, and we've done a lot. We went to church together. I saw you give a great talk. I just want to say that I think that you're I think you're inspiring to me because you have a lot of I think you have a lot of enthusiasm. You bring a lot of leadership to work because I think your sense of humor is infectious. I think you lead by example, and I think people follow you because you're very charismatic, and I think people genuinely care about you. I think people at work genuinely want to follow you because they know that if they follow your example, they'll be better. They'll be better workers, and they'll be better people. That's how I feel about you, Jeff. And so I want to say, I love the story. By the way, I love the story. I love the story you told me about U2. You jumped on stage and you actually picked Bono. You picked Bono up. Yeah, it's Bono, right? You picked him up in the air, and and you were just a little guy. You were just a teenager back then. So I think that's hilarious. So with that, I want to dedicate a song to you. This is on the request for Shanna. I want to dedicate a song. So I'm gonna choose Zooropa, by U2. All right, are you ready? You ready, your birthday, man? All right, here we go. Let me see if I can remember all the lyrics. Zooropa, Zooropa, and I'm done. And happy birthday.
Hey Jeff, I hope you're doing well. I don't want to miss out this huge opportunity to say happy birthday to you. I know it's a big 40 years old, but don't feel bad. Old Burmese saying 40, life started 40. I am much older than you, so I wish you a very, very best and beautiful birthday. And I also wish you and your wife a very beautiful life together. So I'm really proud of you, excited about this milestone, and have a wonderful life. Okay, thank you. I talk to you soon.
Jeff,
Bye-bye.
you've influenced my life in every way. I remember one of the first things I learned from you was to be deliberate, and I took that as to be a deliberate dreamer. I'm going to be deliberate in my dreams, and I love doing that with you. You've also taught me a lot of patience, and I love that you have taken on some things for me. take a lot of vitamins, you go to acupuncture, you do yoga, so it's a good exchange. And my favorite thing to do with you is to make music with you, is to sing and hum and harmonize, and I look forward to doing that for the next 50 years.
What songs do I dedicate to Jeff? All songs. From listening to that kid play Red Hot Chili Peppers on his black guitar when he got it. From then on, all music was shared with Jeff. There's not songs, there's just, I guess, artists. There's U2, James, Ned's Atomic Dustbin, The Cure, The Smiths. Kind of just the classics. You can find them all on Spoon Love. It's been circulated.
Hi Jeff, happy birthday. So your wife asked us to send you videos, and one of the things that we could include if we wanted was how you have influenced our life, so how you've influenced my life. So one of the things that I thought of was that you always try to say good things about people and like focus on the good in people, and I have really admired that in you, and I've been trying to do that recently, and it's really hard because sometimes people are just crazy and mean, and I don't want to say anything nice about them. I want to tell people how rude they are, but I've been just trying to be like you and not say anything at all if there's not anything nice to say. Anyway, so that is one of the things I really admire about you and appreciate about you, and I'm glad we're friends, and I hope you have a great birthday. Bye.
Hanging out with Jeff is a guaranteed good time, and there are only a handful of people I know who can pull that off. And you know, being in LA when he would come out and we would hang out, they always seemed to be at timely moments for me, namely right after each divorce. And for the record, I've been divorced 2 times. So both times were crushing, and I can't tell you how good it felt to hang out with someone who had known me for so long and yet interacted with me in a way that showed you believed in me as a person. And through the good times we had and the laughs, you showed me by example that life is to be enjoyed, not endured. And I just realized I went from speaking about Jeff to Jeff, so apologize for the mixed up format, but thank
Happy birthday, Jeff!
Happy birthday, Jeff!
This is hard because there are 2 of us and we only have an allotted time, and both of us know Jeff very well, but I would say one of my favorite memories of Jeff is when we were in Canada, up in Banff, and Jeff went and asked the guy who looked like an Irish leprechaun or Scottish leprechaun to take a picture with me. The guy was so awkward because Jeff, I don't know, he was like trying to flirt with the guy for me, I guess, and the guy was like told him that he was married, and he was like, Jeff was like, we just want a picture. Anyway, so that's one of my favorite memories. Already we're at 50 seconds.
Keep going.
Okay.
2 of us.
You can just edit this out. And my favorite song, or the song that reminds me of Jeff more than anything, is definitely
Def Leppard.
Total Eclipse of the Heart, because many a road trip was sung with Jeff belting Total Eclipse of the Heart.
This Jeff.
Not that Jeff at all. That Jeff was afraid of the other Jeff because of it.
Terrified. One of my favorite memories of Jeff is going mountain biking up at... Where are you going?
Sorry. Otis has got to pee.
When we went mountain biking up at Gooseberry, I just remember you schooled us all. You had your old hardtail bike and you just totally schooled us. and you made the rest of us feel very amateurish. Anyway, Jeff, we love you. Happy birthday, and welcome to 40, man. I'm going to be joining you pretty soon. We'll see you later. Love you. Bye.
This bed is on fire.
Jeff and I met shortly after I moved to Phoenix, about 10 years ago now. Met through my cousin Roland, and we really started to bond over music and just life right off the bat. I have a whole bunch of favorite memories with Jeff. Some that stand out more than others are just, hiking on Saturday mornings with the rest of the hiking club, or going to California on a whim over the 4th of July. There's Mexico trips, Lake Powell, numerous weddings and receptions, parties. But some of my most favorite memories are just hanging out with Jeff while he strummed on his guitar and just kind of shot the bull together, honestly. Just being able to hang out with him is something I miss more than anything. The song that I would dedicate to Jeff, I would dedicate Laid by James to Jeff. That one's for you, buddy.
Hi, Jeff. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Send a kiss.
Happy
Mwah. Oh, let's say it let's say in Portuguese. Feliz aniversario.
Parabéns.
Beijo. Beijo. Kisses. Mwah, mwah.
Happy birthday, Jeff. We love you.
How do you know Jeff, Troy?
I know Jeff from My Crazy Sister.
Jeff, play some Bizarre Love Triangle. Okay, that's a good song. You're 40 years old like me, right? So that's a good song. Mwah. Beijo. See you later, alligators.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
All right, so it's the Ginger Woodcocks here. We are taking our video to wish you a very, very merry happy birthday. We met at our wedding reception in Boston, just south of Boston. I actually have two favorite memories, so I'm going to cheat. My first one actually has to do with the first time that we met on your trip to Boston. Obviously, you know what's coming. Candlepin bowling at Boston Bowl, and I'm pretty sure you still have the socks because Ellie still has her socks from her first time there. And you just, I don't even know if you tripped or what happened to that bowling ball, but my gosh, it went in the lane next to us. It then hit the gutter, rolled up, flew through the air, and you got a strike. No idea how that happened, but most amazing thing ever. Second favorite memory is I think from the summer of 2010-ish. And your parents' backyard down in Orem, Utah. We were making cotton candy and it was taking too long and you said, I got this. And you went and you got a drill. And you stood there with the drill, pressing the button, and the candy cane or the cotton candy is just going right all around it. Ingenious. Love it. We hope you have a super duper 40th birthday. And our song dedication is, what did we decide? The Rainbow Connection. It's a classic, just like you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff. Happy birthday to you and many more on Channel 4 with Scooby-Doo on Channel 2. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too, which makes you the best. And I love that you are my friend's husband so that you could be in her life, to be in my life, to make everybody's life better. We love you. Bye-bye.
Let's two mates tonight can drag the past alley to the light. One, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other.
So here's a question to Jeff's friends. Has he ever done you a favor? Raise your hand. He's done me so many, and guess what? Not only is Jeff a friend, but Jeff was a client. So the fact that he is so giving and so selfless to help me out in my time of need just speaks to what an amazing person he is, and good God. Jeff, I love you. As you can see, I'm still like in full renovation mode here at my house, and you bailed me out so many times with a place to just lay my head, take a breath, and just relax. And it's been great. So Jeff and I worked together to open the downtown Residence Inn by Marriott here in downtown Tempe, and of course he's not here anymore. And there is such a giant hole here in Tempe without Jeff. So your presence is missed, your friendship is missed, and that's my partner Adam. Say hi, Adam. Hello. Adam has also benefited from your generosity, so I couldn't script that even better. But thank you so much, Jeff, for just being a great person. Happy 40th. You should be surrounded by friends and like love, and you're an amazing person, and Tempe misses you. So when you're over San Francisco, the Bay Area, we are ready for you to come back. So I'll host you here at my house. Cheers.
Okay, this is my birthday video for Jefe. Jeff and I remember us first meeting when at the house party that he and Joe threw, where they played music. And I guess I can take that off. And it was just so exciting for me because I had left BYU and had moved to Arizona, and then I was pretty sad about it. And then I ran into Joe, and then Joe kind of connected me with like a cool singles life, which I missed from Provo. And so going to the house party was super rad because I love house parties, especially when there's music. Like that to me was the best thing. And so that was my first, I think that was my first Jeff run-in. And he was wearing that hat, and they played Damien Rice, which was always great. Yeah. And then let's see, we bonded. I feel like when I came back from grad school, that New Year's Eve, I mean, Jeff, you know this, right? That New Year's Eve, like that was a big night for both of us. Like we were both kind of rocked, and like I'm so forgetful, but I just remember like it helped me feel a bazillion times better just to be able to talk about it with you and to have such a cool, fun evening. And music, I mean, obviously like music is always just such a thing, but that's been a part of the way we've bonded and something I really appreciated about you. Also, I love just your like willingness and zest. Oh, and we went and did that 5 rhythms. Like that was just phenomenal and so cool. And I just love like your openness to exploring things and to challenging yourself and to try to like grow. And but yeah, that New Year's Eve we were both just brokenhearted over somebody else and the other. I know who mine was. I don't remember who yours was. And then what else am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, I know I'm like in my closet right now. It's cool. It's a good place to do these types of happy birthday wishes, right? influence. Oh, another thing that I remember a lot about Jeff that was so important for me for a long time was I was like, he's like a normal, real human man person. And I felt like most of the guys I knew were just really immature or like did not have their life together. And this is even just through the singles ward. And Jeff just seemed really grounded. Sometimes I wanted to like poke him and like get a rise out of him at least. Sometimes he's a little too grounded and steady. But here was a guy that was like doing it, and he'd been doing it for a while, you know, and he got divorced, and he was going to graduate school and getting his business degree. And like, I remember the way he would work so hard at his interviews, like preparing for them, and all of your note cards all over the table, and just a very deliberate person, but then like so like passionate and dreamy. And I love anytime you tell the story about Bono, like you just go to this like happy place and you get all goofy and you just paint a picture really well. So those are some things. I don't know how that's influenced me. It's influenced me to believe in mankind better, like the man half of the humankind. And it was just nice to have like someone who was like a steady friend. Like you were really consistently like a caring person, which was sort of spotty for me, especially from Mormon guys. It's not really. And then let's see. A favorite memory from Jeff? I mean, definitely Iceland. Even though I wanted to punch your face half the time, and you probably wanted to punch mine. It was still just rad, and like how much you loved it, and that fur coat. I'm just like so hyped that fur coat happened, and even though I knew we were disturbing the birds, and their population probably like cut in half after that year because of how disturbed they were during their nesting season. But you like running around like a maniac and throwing that coat in the air, like you were just, it was like something wild broke free in you. It was really cool. Blah, blah, blah. Anything else? That's what I want to share. And then obviously there's a variety of songs, but maybe obviously. Augustine's, I thought about an Augustine song. Like U2 obviously is associated with Jeff. But Blue Skies by Jonah the Whale. Whoever that band is, I forgot. I looked it up. Noah and the Whale. Ha ha ha. Blue Skies, just because that was so important from that night, and that was just such an anthem for both of us. And you know, because blue skies are coming, and we can overcome those broken hearts, and we're putting that brokenness behind us, and it's made us better people. And that is what I have to say. Anyway, I'm so happy about you and Shanna, like again, over and over again, and I'm excited I get to see you on your birthday, or near your birthday. I should know when your birthday is. My husband's birthday is soon, or is on the 24th, the day before we're doing your party. But yeah, anyway, happy birthday, Jeff, and got a pretty rockin' wife, which I'm really happy about for the both of you. I'm happy that you both have found each other, obviously, after both having gone through some pretty brokenheartedness to find each other. It's pretty awesome.
Jeff and I bonded mostly through shared interest in the music we listened to, enjoyment in going to concerts, and then, of course, bowling classes. Bowling was maybe a little bit embarrassing to admit it now because I get a lot of crap about it, but we used to love to go bowling all the time.
Happy birthday, Jeff. I'm your cousin, Alicia Lee Carter, and I'm here to answer some questions about you. Number one, how did we meet? We're cousins. I don't remember. I think I remember your family coming to my house in West Jordan, and we went camping, and I bonded with your little sisters, and you and Matt were cooler than us, and you slept outside in cool sleeping bags. That's what I remember. Number 2, how did we really bond? We were older, probably college, after your mission. I married off your sisters, so I had to be friends with you next. Sorry. Number 3, favorite memory. I don't know, but I love the memory of us going to the bowling alley separately, and we were there at the same time, and we had a couple of lanes between us, but you were there with your friends and I was there with my friends, and every time that we bowled, we tried to bowl at the same time, and we would scream Goonies quote to each other every time we bowled. That was fun. My friends thought I was crazy, and maybe your friends thought you were crazy too. Number 4, how have you influenced my life? In a lot of ways. I've always looked up to you. I've always admired you. You were my cool older cousin who had his crap together, and you were a bigger U2 fan than me. So that's something. Number 5, what song do I dedicate to you? Cyndi Lauper, Goonies Are Good Enough. Play it. Think of me. I love you. Happy birthday. And happy 40. I'm not very far behind you. See ya.
Jeff, what up, dude? Happy birthday. So, as I was kind of thinking, the majority of our memories involve kind of singing along to Twisted Love songs with other older men. And so, taken out of context, it's kind of weird. But you and I both know that we share that passion for music, for good music. And so it wouldn't be a birthday without calling that out. Happy birthday, bro. You take it easy. Enjoy San Jose for us. Peace.
Jeff, you bring a lot of humor into my life. I always say I'm not funny, and I'm not, but but it works. And you are just one of the most kindest people I've ever met. Root beer popsicles. That's a good memory. I'll never forget that, when I needed them most. And I like to watch you. I like when you touch your fingers together. I just like to observe you. And I love when you do impressions of me and other people, but I guess mostly me. I guess I'm good fodder for that. I love you so much, Jeff. And it's gonna be an amazing rest of our lives together. And happy 40th birthday.
Jeff, happy 40th. I want to share a couple of my favorite memories with you. The first one has to do with potato chips. I don't know if you remember this. Jenny and I had a bunch of potato chips. We dropped them all off at your house. They were in those, they weren't Pringles, but they were kind of like a generic Pringles in the plastic cylinder. I dropped a bunch of them off at your house in Arizona. Didn't leave a note, just kind of figured, oh, it's safe, it's a processed food. When I came back the next month, I think, for home teaching, I asked you about those chips. And you're like, oh, I did get those, but I just threw them away because I don't know. I thought, who's the weirdo giving me chips? Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. That was funny to me. One of my other memories is I was on a date with Jenny, and you gave me a phone call because you were super sick. And so Jenny and I were you felt awkward because I was on a date. We didn't care. We love you. And so we came to your house, and I helped, I think it was Wes, give you a blessing. And I think you started getting better shortly after that. But what I mainly remember is your fever was so high that it felt like my hands were on a stove when my hands were on your head. You just were that incredibly feverish. So that stands out to me as well. And then, well, I gotta just tell you, I admire you in so many ways. I admire your je ne sais quoi. I admire your coolness. I admire that even after you wiped out on a motorcycle, you You didn't ever tell me that you were scared of motorcycles or whatnot. Just impressed me. You impressed me with your trip to Iceland. You've impressed me with your spouse, who I have not met officially yet, but I remember you talking to me about her and how impressed you were by her. So look forward to seeing you again. I'm glad you made it to 40, and thanks for doing it so well. When I get there, hopefully I'm as good as you. Well, that won't happen, but I can always dream, right? Take care, Jeff. You're a good man, and I love you.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Big 4-0. I hope it's awesome. We're supposed to tell about, I guess, how we met. Maybe memories? Favorite memories? Trevor, do you remember how you met him?
It was a pretty big deal. Camilla invited me to a family home evening. That was almost a bigger deal than meeting her family. Just about as close, but anyway, that's probably where I remember the earliest meeting you. Was at one of your little friends' family home evenings.
I think, I don't know where we met. I know you were probably friends with my roommates Esther and Sarah before I was friends with you, and I got to know you through them.
We got a crazy little girl.
She is crazy. Come on up here, sweetie. I think best memories were from road trips, going up to, I guess, we did one road trip to Santa Fe, and then we all did that singles conference in San Francisco, which I wanted to ditch and just go explore San Francisco. I hope you're enjoying it now. And songs that I associate with Jeff has got to be just anything U2. I know you're into a lot of music, but that's what I think of. Anyway, I hope your birthday was good, and we will see you this weekend. Okay,
all right.
Bye.
And we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday, man. I remember that first phone call to me you gave me as my Elders Quorum president. You wanted to set up a meeting with me and make sure everything was okay with my life, and that wasn't going to happen with me. I knew I was okay, everything was going to be just fine, no need to meet with the new Elders Quorum president. Well, I'm glad we got through that. Jeff and some buddies, we had some great times together. Trips to Mexico, mountain biking, trips to Lake Powell, trips to California. Well, on one of these trips to Mexico, Jeff had a little scare. We were out swimming, and there was a little bit of a near drowning experience. Got a little tired out there, and we didn't realize that all we had to do was stand up to get to safety. The second memory I have is, everybody knows Jeff loves to take lots of pictures, and we were there when Jeff decided to get into the nude photography business out at Lake Powell, taking pictures of our buddy Forrest while he was relieving himself after a long day at the lake. But Jeff, hey man, happy birthday. Thanks for being such a great example. Thanks for always lifting people up. Super happy that you're one of my best friends. Hope the next 40 years are as good as the last. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Jeff. Otanji Obi Omerito.
What else do I want to share? I want to share that Jeff shares this position with 3 other people. As a person who's responsible for the good things I've done, there are few, I should be able to list them, but I can't remember. I'm sure there's some.
Jeff and I met back when I lived in Arizona. He was one of the first people to reach out to me. He knew my sister, and she told him that I was going to move there, so he immediately reached out to me and introduced me to a whole group of people that have since become great friends of mine that I don't think I would have otherwise really become friends with. And so I'm super grateful for Jeff for introducing, oh, this is happening, for introducing me to my friends that I have now. I also, oh my gosh, I also think that Jeff and I just clicked because of art and music and our personalities. We just always made great friends, and I think he's a wonderful friend. Happy birthday, Jeff.
I have a plan.
Happy birthday. Hey Jeff, happy birthday. We sure remember when you guys lived back here and had fun doing skits and plays, especially My Turn on Earth.
Remember you playing basketball too, Jeff, how good you were that last year before you took off. You're really terrific. We love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeff. We love you. You're one of the best uncles, obviously. One of my favorite memories with Jeff, we were actually both talking and said music reminds us a lot of Jeff. My favorite memory is when we were at Shannon and Jeff's house shortly after they got married, and Jeff brought us into his office room, and he had a giant collage of all the tickets of concerts he's ever been to, and I thought that was one of the coolest things. He's seen a lot of awesome music, and so I thought that was one of my favorite moments with Jeff.
Happy birthday, Jeff. I too have a great memory of you and music. My memory would be of your guys' wedding night. You started performing, and you have a love for music. And so a song that we'd like to dedicate to you is by Florida Georgia Line, Music is Healing.
Love you, Jeff.
See ya.
Well, well, well. My good friend Jeff Kempton is turning 40 years old, which I have to say is shocking to me because I thought that you turned 40 like 10 years ago. Just kidding. I hope that you have a very happy birthday, my friend. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there to celebrate with you, but I am positive that you are having a great day surrounded by your friends and family. And I have to say that I am super happy for all of the wonderful things that have happened to you in your life over the last couple of years. Literally could not have happened to a more deserving person. So before I end my birthday address to you, I thought I would leave you with a quote from a fellow from Detroit who is always able to sum things up rather nicely. And I'll end by saying that I hope you're always able to lose yourself in the music, the moment. I hope you never let it go. You only get one chance to blow. This opportunity comes just once in a lifetime. Happy birthday, my friend.
Sing the magic tune.
Hi Jeff, happy birthday. Some of my favorite things about you are one of the most positive and kind people that I know. You are always wanting to help others, and you always seem to find the good in everything, and that's something that I've always seen in you since I was little. I mean, obviously we're family, so I've known you forever. If I were to dedicate a song to you for your birthday, it would be Dancing Queen by ABBA, because it's fabulous and happy, and every time I hear it, it makes me happy and want to move, and everybody should feel that way. So happy birthday, we love you.
Well, happy 40th birthday.
Yep, it just gets worse. Happy birthday, Jeff. We're really glad that we know you.
Wish we would have had a little bit more of a chance to get to know you better. You were just always the cooler, older cousin that I always thought was awesome because he hung out with Bono once, so now multiple times, but yeah.
That's how Scott told me about you, that you were his U2 cousin, so I think that's pretty awesome, but we really like you. I met you at a family reunion, I think in Bryan Head. And I think one of the questions Shanna was so nice to suggest was like how we bonded with Jeff, and we talked about that and how much we just feel really comfortable around you, and know that there are things that you understand that a lot of people don't, and that really, I think, bonds people together. I know it makes me really know that you kind of understand us, and I don't know, just feel a really good connection with you.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Wait, and our song. Our song.
Oh yeah, we were thinking we don't really have anything that's particularly in with you, but something that we've kind of thought of that when you go through troubles or struggles or whatever, just relying on other people and family and people that you know have your back. So we were thinking of just U2's Sometimes You Can't Make It On Your Own. Always a good one. Kind of hits you.
It does. Hits you deep. Hey, happy birthday.
All right. Bye.
Hey Jeff, it's Kale. I'm talking about memories and stuff. And the thing that I remember is when we first met, it was like your dad was our family's home teacher. You guys moved into our ward from Maryland. And pretty soon we were like at your house hanging out. And I remember you showing me like these videos that you had made with your friends in Maryland. There could have been a skateboard in one of them, if I remember it right. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then it seemed like you did some claymation, which was also cool. And I remember we did like drawings with like on a notepad and flipped the pages, so it was like turned into a cartoon. And then later on, I remember we built the chill room, go around buying stuff at yard sales and decorating the chill room. And then of course, once it was all finished, you're like, okay, the chill room is done. And then we got to go hang out in there and just chill, you know. There was like burritos scattered around, and I was like, hey, are you gonna eat these burritos? And so I think you let me eat like 3 of those burritos that were like 2 days old. And then I remember you playing your guitar, and every time I hear U2, I'm like Jeff Kempton, because I remember you just loved U2 so much. I had a teacher in college later on, and he was like, if you listen to this U2 album like 60 times in a row, suddenly you'll think it's really awesome. And I was like, that's probably what happened to Jeff. So anyway, happy birthday, hope you have a good one.
I met Jeff at the University First Ward, where he was my Elders Quorum president. He was like the senior in high school and I was a freshman, so I looked up to him a lot more than he didn't even know I existed. My favorite memory of Jeff is when we went down to Mexico on the Sea of Cortez. Roland Cunningham invited us down there to his parents' place, and we were all sitting up on the rooftop at night looking at the stars. And then Jeff pulls out this chintzy little kite that he must have got at the supermarket, and it had unicorns and a lot of purple on it. And he had glued all of these, or somehow fastened these glow sticks onto the kite and was flying it because it was a long-time dream of his. It was great. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy 40th, Jeff.
Happy birthday!
We're really excited that you made the big milestone of 4-0. And I think I've known you for about 7 years. I want to share a memory of you, one of my favorite memories of you. What do you want to share? You know?
I'll share how great you are.
Okay, Jeff, I have a couple of favorite memories of you. They're just snapshots in time. But once upon a time, Jenny and I had all these extra chips in these cylindrical containers. And so we dropped them off at your house thinking that you would enjoy them. when I came to home teach you a few days later.
On a balcony in summer air.
Hey Jeff, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So we met Jeff at church, and one of my favorite memories is one time we were at Olivia's for somebody's birthday. Maybe it was yours. But some of the girls were talking about how much they hated Taylor Swift because she's not even talented, blah, 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 blah. And you said, you know, I kind of like the imperfections in people's voices. And I loved that. And then we talked about the song Love Story and how it's not really, you know, a song you would normally like, but you can't help yourself. You get so excited when the key change is coming. It's so exciting and you have to sing along. And I agree with you, and so I dedicate to you Love Story, Taylor Swift.
And we love that you let us stay at your hotel on the very first night that it was ever open, your very own. And I would have done Violet Femmes Blister in the Sun. Love you.
Love you.
Jeff Kempton from Ken Olmsted in 60 seconds. That's 12 Oaks First Ward, Elders Quorum Jam session covering the Beatles. It's Jeff carving up a roast pig with an apple in its mouth, like he did it every day at a member's Filipino wedding reception. A steady example of faith and service through, I know, some difficult years. Some great deals on hotels. Thanks, Jeff. A home for my music gear. Thanks again. And when I think more than Jeff's profession, I think hospitality and friendship is just who Jeff is. So, I know you love U2, Jeff, and you were on stage with Bono. I'm jealous. And I'll just say we would rather be with you than without you. So since you left the ward, I'll dedicate this song to you. We still haven't found what we're looking for. Happy 40th birthday, Jeff. We love ya.
In 1989, I was with Matt at his house. I'd only known him a couple days. There was some third guy there, I can't remember. We're there, and in walks this kid with these freaking huge glasses. Like, they were huge. And I think there might have been a band around the back. And I was like, oh my gosh, this poor kid. I cannot believe he's got to wear these glasses. Poor guy. And he carried those things with such confidence. Like it was no big thing, that it was actually no big thing. And I thought, who is this guy? Where does he get his confidence from? I want that kind of confidence. And so I've been intrigued with Jeff pretty much ever since then.
Hey darling, I'm wearing your magical Icelandic coat, and just a couple more things. You're one of the most non-judgmental people I know, and the way that you care for your friends and for your family and cherish your relationships is remarkable, and that's why I wanted to have everyone show you that through their videos, through their remarks, and give back to you what you give to us all the time. I love you so much, Jeff. Happy birthday.
The song Sit Down by James to Jeff. I sing myself to sleep, a song of the darkest hour, secrets I can't keep inside of the day. I swing from high to deep, the streams of sweet and sour. I hope that God exists, I hope, I pray. Drawn by the undertow, my life is out of control. I believe this wave will bear my weight, so let it flow. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down in sympathy. Now I'm relief to hear that you've been to some far out places. It's hard to carry on. You feel so alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down in sympathy. Those who feel the touch of sadness, sit down next to me. Those who fear the touch by madness, sit down next to me. Those who feel they find themselves ridiculous, sit down next to me. In love and fear and hate and tears, in love and fear and hate and tears, in love and fear and hate and tears, in love and fear and hate. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down, sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down in sympathy. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down, sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down.